What do you do now?
These innocents can, these women and these men and women can still hear the word. Burning them keeps them from the salvation that is Xandalus. Only those who are deaf to the word should be burned upon the pyre in his name. The ghouls and the beasts beyond the barricade. Come, who will strike them down and prove their loyalty? And who is too weak to follow?
So you see them all start to chant Xanala sees in a strange harmonica rhythm as they light the fire and start to dance around it. Dr. Warren comes to you and says, quickly. He says I'm rather surprised that we're both not dead now. I've seen them kill for less. He goes back and says, so I think we should formulate a plan of what we should do. He tells you this. So I got some audio recorded for you.
You seem like you might be strong enough to take out some of Xandalus's guards, but there's an army of them. Even if you beat them all, Xandalus himself is still locked away in that maze of fog upstairs. So it seems to me, the only way to get out of here is to get rid of that mist. I have a hint of how. Xandalus calls his most devoted acolytes his Onerogens. Most stay locked away with him upstairs, but at least one watches over the northwestern tower. I don't know what he does up there, but I think he's alone. If you got to him, you could probably wring some of Xandalus's secrets out of him, maybe even learn how to get rid of the awful mist. Once it's gone, what you do about Xandalus is up to you.
The way I see it, there's two ways we can go about it. We can either fight our way in, or we can prove our worth to them. Speeches like the one I gave work better towards the latter, and if a few of them jump over the barricades at the ghouls, who am I to care? But at the very least, I've bought people like you some time, as you are those who are still open to his word, as I put it. Earning his trust and being invited inside might be the easiest plan. And if that means I have to play the part of a zealot, at least I can have a part in making sure that no more, as few innocent people get burned as possible.
He tells you, he says, that's probably the best way. I can introduce you to one of his top guards, top lieutenants here. We can get you indoctrinated. They'll give you a type of robe. Of the yellow mist, and then you can make your way to the other side of the asylum and see if he has the book. Be warned though that we sent someone else looking for him as well. So you may
That's fine.
So you may meet more apostles that don't know who you are.
My companions would require the robes as well if they assist us in traversing the mist. And I'm certain that more ears to the word of Xandalus certainly wouldn't displease anyone here. But I'd have to discuss it with them. Although beforehand I'd have to ask you if I can have that coat of yours to keep my compatriot from bludgeoning you to death on sight.
He says yes. But I must have it back. He says this coat is actually what keeps me safe here from the other savages and barbarians. This is the time.
Then hide it and keep it hidden while we're here at all times.
He lets out with a sigh. Okay. He says, go get your
and then I'll go.
He says, go get your comrades and meet me back here.
That woman over here by the bonfire. Is she still strung up, or did they finish stringing her up? What would they do with her? They cut her down.
Yeah, she's still strung up. Everybody's still doing chants and stuff. Yeah.
Are they paying any attention to her at this point?
No.
I'm gonna cut her down using my claws, and I'll just tell her, go join in the dance, and make sure that you dance well. and then I'll start making my way towards the door.
Okay. So, can I safe to say that you're going to relay all this back to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woo, that went way better than I expected.
I was torn on whether I played the right choice there to not instantly try to hit that guy. But considering he didn't walk through the doorway, I'm going to say that I did the right thing, and then therefore we actually got somewhere.
How long did that take?
Very good question. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like 5 minutes. I mean,
5 minutes.
Longer than our 3 minutes for our spell.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking long enough for me to no longer be exhausted from taking one round of rage for nothing.
If that's
luckily,
the
I
case,
know how to
I would also
speak
like to take that time while they're talking. I'd like to take the time that they were talking to. I have 3 room for extracts. I'm going to do 2 Cure Light Wound extracts. And then I'm going to leave 1 open. They take me a minute apiece to make.
Okay. So what does the group want to do now? I would say the Flesh Lord would relate this information back to you.
yeah, of course.
This all sounds crazy. You expect us to go in there and pretend to be cultists like the rest of them?
Is it really the craziest thing that's happened here? Is it really?
I mean, that's fair.
At this point, we have to take what options we can, and they're an unreasonable bunch, but they're easy to lead. And I'll kind of motion towards them, dancing around the fire.
So how are we going to get some robes then for us?
I'm assuming that the doctor came over here with me.
He does.
Or did he just stay in his tent?
No, he does. He tells you.
No.
So he goes and he makes an acolyte go. You see an acolyte go to the dead people on the crosses and the ones that are impaled, and he rips their rags off and gives them to the group.
Great.
I cast mending on.
He says since the group is here, he says let's go back to my tent. I may have some supplies for you.
Can't turn that down.
So as he fumbles through things, he tells you what this is. He says, I have a potion of cure of wounds. He says, I also have a wand of cure light wounds, but I don't. And he looks around, and says he says, oh, I'm sorry, I gave it to the group who ventured out before. Once they return, I'll make sure you have it. And he says he has a potion of shield.
Well, I'll let you guys divide out that however you want it.
So I'm thinking, I like...
Yeah, I don't know, maybe we should offer the potion of shield to some other people that need protection. I think I'll be okay now.
We're probably going to need it.
He asks each of you your names, so he can introduce you to one of Xanalaris' head and generals that's guarding the stairs.
I'm the Flesh Lord, the Lord of Flesh. Of course, look upon me and know my glory.
Restraint, I'm just gonna mutter.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and then he comes out with another person. This looks pretty tough. I mean, the person looks pretty beat up.
Where
the
am I?
Flesh Lord. He's the one that's going to go retrieve the book and check on Xanalars when the Xanalars has hit Onirigens in the top in the top northwest corner of the asylum. He looks Flesh Lord up and down. He says you're gonna go. He says you don't look that tough.
I'll spread out my wings and smile all my little faces in nice toothy grins.
He says we're gonna need more than parlor tricks to get through there.
What about this looks like a parlor trick to you?
I mean, so not the metagame. He rolled a certain roll that he just thinks you will.
Oh, I know, but I have to roleplay it right back at him.
As he looks through the cracks of flesh, he says it seems like
We lost Vincent again, I think.
he's still here. He can listen. You're there.
I'm here on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He says, as he looks at you. He says, Zenless and the Tatterman have entered into my dreams, and they've enlightened me way more than once before. They've even cured my illness before I wasn't able to speak after an accident as a child. I remember swimming in a river, and I swung off a rope into a river like I've done for every summer. And one summer, I took the rope swing and I went to the higher part of a tree. We climbed up there, me and my brothers, and I took a huge jump onto the rope and swung almost across the bank. But unfortunately, the creek was shallow, so all I remember is hitting the bottom of the creek and never being able to walk again. And I lay here for many years, seeing what was going around me, not being able to move even a finger. I saw and heard the orderlies complain at me, tell me I was worthless, as I defecated on myself, wishing that I could just die to relieve my pain. One night, Xanilus and the Tatterman came in my dreams and awoke me, and I walked for the first time since I was a boy. As I was miserable, as a young man in my mind, I see how miserable you two are, Flesh Lord. And this paws and wings and teeth, you're compensating for something. You're compensating for the weak person you are within. And that's why I know that you will return for the Nelfreeze reward.
And then Edgeplug is.
And then he leaves and goes back to guarding inside the room to the stairs.
Before he leaves, I'm going to toss him that book that I got earlier. Take it as a gift. I brought you this book. I can bring you another.
Okay. Thanks. He looks at it, and you see. He looks at it. He says, "I'll see what the fortune is to be any use to Los Angeles."
So, Doctor, where do we go now?
So he tells you beyond the kitchen. It's right here. It's beyond the kitchen. He says, be wary because there's been a collapse there. And it's dangerous. He says there are definitely ghouls in that northwest area.
Well, nothing we haven't dealt with before.
And we are back at the tent still?
Mm-hmm. No,
Okay.
I would assume that you're out. I think you'd walk, correct, Michael? Vincent, y'all would want to walk? I mean, Riffleman.
If I could moved my token, I would have.
Yeah, mine has disappeared. That's why I asked.
I don't know what's wrong with tokens. We have a weird light switch crashing. We ain't got tokens that's working. Man, what's going on, guys?
Well,
Restraint disappeared twice.
It was just since you moved us to this map, I can't interact with my token.
Refresh it. Let's see what happens. So, if Spencer's computer is not working, do y'all want to give it a break and let him see if he can do it, or y'all want to call it for the night? I'm still good for another hour, but it's up to the group. I don't want Spencer.
I mean, I'd love to keep going.
I don't want.
Well, my computer's pretty much going to be down just the rest of this time. I can still do this over voice like I'm doing, because I think, Jeremy, I think you should have access to my character sheet.
I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's anything that needs to be rolled, I mean, you could. I know that it's putting a little bit more on you, but no, it's going through some serious diagnostic stuff. Because this is not fun.
That's scary, man. I'm sorry. It always stresses me out when my computer is on the fritz.
I'm an IT guy, so like this is whatever. It just takes way too long.
Oh yeah. And when it's your own thing too. I mean, I'm usually good on these nights till about like 10:30 anyway. So if that's still cool with everybody, then
Yeah. I would love to continue.
10:30 my time. Sorry, another half hour.
I just want to make sure everybody's good. Let me move the characters.
Give or take. I'm not trying to be a time Nazi. At 10:30, I'm not gonna like turn off Roll20 and walk.
Okay. So he walks you to the kitchen area, and I will. Cody, could you show me how to get everyone's character? Can you explain how to get everyone's character on the map?
You just go into in the notes section where you see their character name in like the little picture. If you just click and drag it over. He's got a hold click on their name part where it like lights up or it highlights blue, and then click and drag it onto the map, and it should pull them over.
And I'll put Spencer's up here. Okay, I'll just do restraints. Okay. Everybody with their characters?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. So as Warren just gives you a nod off, he says, "Be careful." He says, "I don't have any supplies here. I'm sorry about what happened." He says, he nods and says, "Thank you for doing this. You may be our only hope to get out of this place alive." He says, "I feel like we're just draining resources at this point, and we're just delaying the inevitable. But maybe with your help, we will finally be able to get through this mess." Okay.
Before he leaves, I want to ask him real quick. Almost everybody here that we've spoken to has been plagued by strange dreams and all sorts of terrible oddities. How have you managed to stay sane?
He replies with this.
If all that's happened here wasn't reason enough, I can't be sure. But everyone's suffering from the same bad dreams, me included. Mostly visions of bleak skies and empty cities. Some say that they're the dreams Xandalus used to have. But now that they're free of his head, they're infecting everyone else. Some say the Tatterman brought them, and he's haunting all of our nightmares. Others think that they're visions of what's beyond the fog. But who can truly say?
Does this Tatterman person ring a bell to anybody?
Yeah, I think he's the man in the robes, the yellow robes that we've been seeing in our dream. It's
Oh.
through the building. That what's the image again? I think there's the mysterious dream image.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense. Okay.
And it sounds like he is truly behind this, and Zandalar, whatever his name is, was once just a regular person. Maybe that's
before he got this dream connection that the one notes talked about.
yeah. So I don't know if he can be trusted anymore. Sounds like we might be having to remove both of them. I would like to pull Fleshlord aside and ask him about the man wearing the lab coat, because clearly I've noticed he's not wearing the lab coat anymore. I'm just going to ask him, like, unless he told me already when he gave the spiel, but, like, was he a doctor? Was he one of the doctors here? And we're letting
No, he's a fake doctor. He's using it as a cover in order to make sure that they don't kill him.
Okay, I feel a little better about not letting him die.
Told him not to wear the coat around you.
Thank you. Well, what's our next move then?
Well, we're on a book hunt, so all we can do is just keep exploring and hope we stumble upon it.
Do we have to go back into what we left and check out that room that was on the other side of the hall?
Well, from what he says, it's somewhere beyond here, which is to the, northwest?
Northwest. We, out of character real quick, we did let a room go by, correct? That I think Griffin was looking into?
Yep.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, if we have to go outside, these robes they gave us might actually offer some protection there, so I don't know if it's true or not, but he seemed pretty confident in us wearing them if we were going to go this way.
Well, you are the leader of this little group to them, so I think it's only right that you should continue with that persona. Lead the way.
Well, would you like to check the doors for traps?
Sure.
You have dice on you, Spencer?
Actually, I do have dice on me.
You can roll, I believe it'll make you alive.
Alright. Then I'm getting my good set.
I'm rolling.
Going over
It was a 3.
You feel like it's pretty safe.
Okay, I'll put my absolute faith in you and go through the door.
You see, as you walk, you see a row of fireplaces stand heaped, barrel-sized pots and cooking implements in this room of the kitchen. Numerous doors to the south, east, and west on multiple corners of the L-shaped room have collapsed. A line of large rocks deliberately condones off the westernmost door.
Well, he did say we'd have to pass through the kitchen, so I'm assuming this is it.
And you see a door. Yep. So as you continue on,
Oh, so this is a door, yeah.
you see sizable cracks split the surface of the south wall of this room, allowing the smoke of several small cooking fires to escape. You see 4 apostles in this room, sitting here, trying to. It seems like they're trying to cook. You see that this barricade here. It's like there's a door and there's like rocks here. It seems like it's kind of makeshift. The south, and here but they made some type of makeshift barricade. You see two standing here by the door, and then you see two here cooking on the fire. They look at you and says, they look at you have new faces. So you see one of the guard kind of pull a makeshift shank from his robe, but then he looks at your robes and he says, "Who are you? I've never seen your face before."
Oh my god.
Do you expect to see every new face that comes through? I'm on a quest directly in service of our Lord Xandalus. Do you seek to impede my quest?
He looks at you and says, "Xanalar sees," and puts his shank back.
I'll give him a nod.
She looks at you. See a female apostle look up at you and says, "What's the mission that the Lord gave you to track down more food?" She says, "I'm sorry." This apostle seems pretty nice, by the way. She does stop her hands and says, "Hey, I'm sorry. My name is Ivory, by the way. I'm an assistant chef who I became trapped in the riots." And then you see the guard just look at you, kind of gruff, like. And she replies to you and says, "So are you here to help find more food, or help in the kitchen? We're really running low, and we just have very little supplies. We have largely water, potatoes, salt, and there's just some deal with some lard and even bacon grease. But I'm just concerned that what might happen with the other more, charismatic of the group if we run out of food."
If we happen upon food, I will certainly bring it back for you. For now, we're on the quest for a tome that the master seeks.
You see the guards jump quickly and make their way, over to the door, and they kind of delay. They kind of like they're ready in their actions with their like makeshift stakes here in this area.
Oh, so okay.
Which door? Sorry, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Down the left.
Here and here.
Are those doors barricaded?
Mm-hmm.
Which one looks more weakly barricaded?
They look horrible, man. They all look this one too.
Are these like tables and stuff like actually like here?
They are.
And these big stones are out here as well, right?
Yeah.
I'll grab a couple of these big stones and just lay them in front of the doors.
Okay.
And just tell them anything to help out the kitchen. I can't stay, but hopefully this holds up those doors a little better.
And which doors are we barricading? Is it the one down here?
This one down here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see that one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'll grab some of the larger stones that I can and just place them in front of the door.
The
What?
guards look at you and says thank you, but these attacks only last for a second. It's been making it very uneasy. It seems like this is the weakest way into the ghouls been trying to get in for days now. We fought them off and tried to barricade the doors before losing some of our ranks. Just don't worry about us and continue to let's continue to do what the Xandalars told you to do.
Very well, but stay safe. And, I've been carrying this around for a while, and I don't think I'm going to ever end up using it, but this seems like a good spot for it one way or the other. I'm going to walk over to the girl, and I'm going to tell her, I don't know if you can use this, but it might save your life at some point. And I'm going to hand her that scroll that I have of Vampiric Touch, and I'm going to tell her what it is and what it does.
So you're going to give her a scroll and tell her that if she attacks somebody, that they will give her life.
Hey, freedom.
I'm going to tell her that if it might help her. I don't know how normal people use scrolls. Maybe she can use scrolls. I don't fucking know. I don't have anything else to give her.
I got you. She looks at Thank you.
No, worst case, trade it for a knife to someone who does.
You don't think we could use that? Restraint set.
Well,
You
if you'd
should
like to
hang
trade her
on to
for a
that.
knife,
She says
I have nothing else to give her, but we can't just leave them here.
She says I could. She says I know I appreciate it. I might. She says we do have a commissary in the cafeteria that I can trade this for supplies or weapons. We do have a small shop in the cafeteria. I could use it. I mean, thank you. I could use it for sharper knives, like we said, or maybe I don't know. But I thank you.
Besides, our group has plenty, and we don't have time to pull out scrolls in the middle of combat.
And she
But
says thank you. She says after my shift here, I'll go to the cafeteria area, and I'll go to one of the shops there. And I will
that was my answer to the group when they brought it up.
Oh, nice. So, maybe I metagamed a little bit there, because what I intended to do is have my character sort of just look around this area, making sure
you can look.
clear, safe.
Roll.
I don't know what the order is anymore, that's why I haven't said anything to them.
It's fine. We'll restart. You see?
And I thought we were just kind of playing it by ear.
Yeah,
you see
that's fair.
several pots and pans, but you notice it seems like a butchering axe here on one of the stoves.
Seems like what?
On the stove, you see like a
What?
butchering axe and a chopping block.
Oh, I'm gonna go check that out.
So
Is it in good shape?
as you walk over to the stove, you see the cauldron start to overturn in their vapors. A spectral image of a lean, orcish man's sobbing face pours forth, filling the area and then dissolving.
Oh.
Make it fortitude save.
Oh, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with this at all.
You feel your insides start to bubble as you begin to vomit. Your orcus resolve. You grunt, you bear down, and you shake it off. And you hold your chest, you hold your stomach and your shoulder tight to stop from vomiting. Ooh, shake it off.
Did anyone see this? I look around. Did anyone see this?
Yeah, everyone saw it.
Okay, I'm just not gonna talk about it then. And also, I'm gonna leave the axe alone.
You said it was like a spirit of a man.
Yeah, you notice that it's an orcish. It seems like it's an orcish butchering axe.
I'm gonna have a think about the axe for a second.
How old does the axe look? Or does it look like worn out?
It looks well worn. It is a smaller axe, though.
I'm gonna cast Mend on the axe and leave it where it is.
Okay. Cast Mend on the axe and leave it where it is.
Somebody else go.
Call it a gift for the dead, but other than that, we might as well keep moving. And I guess I'll make my way over to the door.
Before we leave, Jeremy, I'm gonna gather up the strength and I'm gonna put my hand on the handle of the axe.
Hold on, before you do that restraint, I'm going to give you, it's one of the alchemical items called like antiemetic snuff. If you get nauseous again, this will help you a little bit.
What are you talking about? I wasn't nauseous. That was it's nothing. But okay, thank you. And I'm gonna take it and sort of like embarrassed.
So essentially, if you take it and you are rolling a saving throw. You attempt 2 and take the higher result. A single dose provides this benefit for 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So basically, I get to roll twice on a Fortitude save and up to an hour.
Take the higher. Yeah, and take the higher. So
Higher, gotcha. Cool. Awesome.
So you're taking the axe?
I'm gonna put my hand on the axe, Jeremy. I'm not necessarily picking it up or taking it, but does anything...
I feel like this is like when a child, you tell a child not to mess with something, and they take their finger on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm laying it like I just can't quite let something go. So like, what happens when I touch the handle? Anything?
Nothing happens.
It feels familiar to me.
no.
Is anything about it like, seem familiar? Or...
No.
Jeremy, where did that come from?
What?
That sound that just played?
Oh, did you play that? No.
Nope, that was sorry. That might have been me because my dog won't stop barking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I could tell.
it would have fit perfectly into what's going on.
Great. I am gonna ask Fleshlord if he can cast Detect Magic on this axe.
Okay, detect magic.
After a minute, the Flesh Lord says restraint. It says restraint. I think you're being superstitious. This is an old butchering axe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. And I'm not gonna turn down a weapon, so I'm gonna take it and kind of, act like I'm, yeah, of course, yes.
At
Axe is perfectly fine.
At that time, everyone who's ever touched the axe, his body is manifested and it goes into restraint, controlling his body. He starts scrolling around the room. I'm just joking. So you grab the axe. You have a small butchering axe now.
Okay.
To anyone who pays attention, you notice that the Flesh Lord inscribes his crest on about 5 gold coins and tosses them into the spot where the axe was, near the spot where the axe was. Ugh. And just mutters payment.
Okay.
The Flesh Lord is superstitious.
Here, Matthew. You gotta put this into your calculations of the axe.
Okay.
So what is we gonna do now?
I'll head through the door.
I'm into it.
Great. I will follow. I'm gonna be, if my character token doesn't move, I'm gonna be just looking at this axe for a second, so feel free to teleport me. That's a heavy axe.
So, not to cut it short, but on that note, I think we're going to end the session. I think we're okay with that.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank everyone for watching. We got some of the stuff cut off because I never can remember to hit record right when I need to. But anyways, thank you for everyone's time. Really appreciate you checking out. Again, check us out next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.